Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Apple report for Friday, March 17th, 2023. Before I jump into the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like if you would each and every time you watch the Apple report, and subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer daily analysis just like this in the Triple Q, in the SPY. They're both 5 to 10 minute video format. We also do 2 individual stock picks every week, like this video format. This week was Allied Health, and ConAgra was put out on Thursday, and the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and the TLT, that is the long bond ETF, all that for a single subscription price. And we're offering 25% off your first month. That ends today, Friday. Just enter Lucky 2023 in the coupon code, the field. It's not case sensitive. Lucky 2023 will get you 25% off your first month. And, if you're not happy with what you see, within 5 days, if you send us an email telling us so, we will refund you in full. Anyway, this is the big picture. Weekly chart. We came off that long-term support area in January in the lower 120s on the way up. Well, once we tested it, we were mentioning how this 169.78 channel top should be considered in reach by some point in 23. On the way up, about a month or so later, we cleared significant overhead resistance, most notably this 139.88 long-term channel top was cleared in early February. We gapped above it. That set off a 3 to 5 month buy signal into the low 170s. 172.24 still remains a 3 to 5 month buy signal a month and a half into that signal. So there we are. Now, let's move into kind of the nearer term. Over the last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, we've tested this rising two-thirds speed line that has held beautifully, I might say. It's at 149.88 today. It's still valid. And if we take out the high of 157.38, as I recall, then this gets redrawn, reconfigured, and then it's no longer valid, but it's still valid. So if we sell off today in a big way and test 149.88, which I think is a long shot, it offers a buy opportunity through next week, and above which, as I've been saying, this upper 150s remains a 1 to 2 week objective. We're a couple of weeks into it. We may reach it today. In fact, if you look at the support and resistance, I've got 153.40, which is nothing more than Tuesday's pullback high. We backed off, and there's a lot going on the 153 handle. We have a former high settlement here at 153.83 from a couple of weeks ago. 153.40 can contain intraday weakness, above which 157.50 is likely, and that is not this high at 157.38, but this high back in October that we came close to testing in early February at 157.50. So, we could trade inside the 153.40 to 157.50 region for a good part of the day. If we push or open today above 157.50, 159.31 is likely today. And 159.31 is, once again, this long-term descending two-thirds speed line. We have a long-term 5/8 Fibonacci at 160.49. And also, there is a new rising channel top at 161.19 that is based on the last 2 weeks' activity. So I pretty much summarize it here as 159.31 up to 161.19 that can, especially with respect to this area here, these long-term speed lines and 5/8 Fibonacci's, can absorb buying not only through next week, but perhaps into later April. We could come off of here nicely. But that is in the context still of a 3 to 5 month buy signal into the low 170s. So closing above 160.49 is possible over the coming days, possibly by the end of next week. And if that does occur, 172.24, here we come within probably 2 to 3 weeks where we can top out into the third quarter, possibly the balance of the year. But back to the day trade, if we push through or open above 157.50, this area is in reach today. And I think you would agree with me with present market volatility that is not a difficult task for this market to pull off. And if we close above 160.49, 172.24. Now, As we push into the upper 150s, low 160s, you could consider, what put might you buy? I don't see us falling all the way back to 139.88, but it is certainly possible. I think the mid 140s, and what I'll show on that is this 143.54 channel bottom. As we push into the upper 150s, this channel structure will be more in the mid 140s. I can kind of forecast that right now. So, if we push into this zone today, you could scout out 145, 147 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of weeks. That would be a pretty good play. You might also consider 135 or 140 out of the money puts, but I don't expect to see that strike anytime soon. And so inversely, if we close above 160.49 today, and if you bought the 145 out of the money puts, I would suggest liquidating that and reaching for 170 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least a few weeks. You might go a couple of months out on that. With respect to the downside day trade, we can say once again that if we break that 143.40 high from Tuesday, we can possibly within the day fall to 149.88. This speed line still able to contain selling through next week. And once we test it, the 3 to 5 day swing trader can buy it down here in anticipation of the upper 150s. I don't know within 3 to 5 days, but within 1 to 2 weeks. If we close below 149.88 today, the 3 to 5 day swing trader is now playing the short side, going short, or getting short, being short down to 143.54. That is a session containment level, but I do think that there is the possibility that if we close today below 149.88, this meaningful speed line that's held nicely over the last few weeks, that this market may then unravel all the way back to that zone of long-term support at 139.88. Now, I do know that there's a horizontal channel bottom here, but it's at 143.54. I think if we close below 149.88, we could fall off over the next few weeks into this area. So keep that in mind. No good reason, I guess is the bottom line, to be long. Whether your time horizon is 3 to 5 days or 2 to 3 weeks, no good reason to be long over the weekend if we settle today below 149.88. Until then, you can be anticipating the low 160s as we move into next week. I think that pretty much rounds it out for today's Apple. Please click like, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com, enter that coupon code LUCKY2023. Today is the last day, and you'll have the full assortment of the analytical videos that we offer on a daily basis. You have a great weekend. I'll talk soon.